my match history destroyed, my dignity and self-respect gone, all because I wanted to challenge the impossible, because I wanted to bust a myth that no one asked for, because I wanted to know if it was possible to win a game as Moonknight only using my melee attacks. At the start of the match, I'm already getting practice in, you know, swinging around my batons, whatever you want to call them, just getting the practice in, testing my accuracy, making sure that I am ready to put the beat down on anyone that opposes me, because that's just who I am. I don't need to rely on some moon stars or whatever to throw things at people. No, I am a martial arts master, so I intend to fully use that martial arts skill to accomplish what I haven't seen anyone else accomplish yet, and to win a game playing as Moonknight only using my melee attacks. Now I let the rest of my team roll out before me because I have to stay in the back lines, making sure that they're protected, because that's what a good Moonknight does. And then I scope out my opportunity. I swiftly dodge an attack from Squirrel Girl, and I see Magneto, but it's like, Magneto, you know, is that a good idea? And then I see a lone Luna by herself. If I can't take her out, then who am I gonna take out? And long story short, I lose that battle against Luna, and you know, looking back at it, I think it's because that Luna was buffed, but we don't let that discourage us. We get right back out there, and I scope out my next target, and this time I plan to win. I see my team fighting in Frost, and I pop ult because no one said ults were off limits. I tried to take out that entire group of people there, but you know, what am I to do, a lone Moonknight against an entire team of people? So already, you know, in my head, I'm like, okay, this probably wasn't a good idea, but it's too far to turn back now. My stats are already cooked for the rest of the match. There's no coming back from this. And I get into a 1v1 with this Star-Lord, and he's like, no, I'm just gonna spin around until you die because I'm Star-Lord. That's what I like to do. So at this point, I'm getting a little angry, you know, so angry that I can't even exit the room properly. But that's how you know this is gonna be the game-winning change. I see my team already fighting someone, right? I get to work immediately, put my Ankh down, start attacking Frost, and I successfully got the assist on that, even though I did most of the damage. And that was our first KO of the entire match. All right, so I see that invisible woman put up her super, and it's Star-Lord again pulls the classic, the iconic spin around until you're dead move, because yeah, why not? At this point, I'm even more angry. Okay, this is very important to note, because the angrier I get, the stronger I get. No, I'm not the Hulk, but I'm something scarier. So my ult is ready. I go to the point, making sure I can hold it down and secure it with the Loki. I pop ult, and guess what? I get no one with that, but that's fine because Squirrel Girl is so low until Star-Lord pulls the iconic spin around until someone dies drive by. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. I don't let that deter me. Okay, I'm right back out there, right back on top of it, and right back in the action. So I see that their team has taken over the point. So I decide to cause a distraction. I throw the Ankh down and I try to pop ult, but guess what? I die. And it's what I keep doing. In fact, it seems like that's my ability. I try to make my way back to the point. Again, they're fighting, they're pushing us back, which isn't great. And then Squirrel Girl's nuts are hitting me upside the head 24/7. So I get this health pack and I try to go to the source of the issue, right? The cause of the problem, Squirrel Girl herself. And I try to solo ult, but guess what? I get solo killed. So at this point, I am definitely aware that this was not the greatest challenge in the world to commit to. My team has no idea, by the way, that I'm doing a challenge. So I'm pretty sure they all kind of just hate me at this point. What gives it away, you might be asking? Maybe Dagger spamming her knives at me, you know, even though I don't need any healing. So it's kind of just like an act of aggression. I try to fizzle out the silent flames because no one's saying anything. You know, I say, hey guys, you know, I'm trying to be polite to my team. Let them know it was just a misinput. That was only the first round. This time, things will be different. They have to. I thought that maybe gaining a few aura points by the start of this round by slow walking out would help me out. And soon enough, you'll see that maybe it didn't. So they have their own Moonknight now, and I can only assume it's because he took inspiration from me. Sure, I didn't accomplish much last round, but whether you like it or not, ooh, I made a name for myself, yeah. Okay, let's pretend like I didn't say that. So they're taking over point. I sneak behind them. I throw the Ankh and then I die. Okay, I don't know if you're noticing a pattern here, but this is kind of impossible Whopper here. Okay, this is not working out. I'm too deep in to give up now. My stats are cooked. My team hates me, but we still good. So I see the Moonknight, the copycat, the Ben Riley to my Peter Parker, if you will. And I go down there. Well, I go up there and I kind of do nothing because he's no longer there, which I was kind of glad about. He comes back with his entire posse I try to hide, and they somehow still found me. So I make my great escape, I leave, and they pull me back in with Emma Frost Super. You know, I get it. Sometimes to defeat players that are just on such a different level, you need to pop ult, okay? And I personally feel like that was a solo ult. Before you guys say anything, okay, this is quick match. I would never sell like this in a competitive game. All right, so I placed the Ankh down, and I honestly don't know if that makes a difference. My thought process here is maybe the Ankh, the same way it reflects the daggers or the moon stars, maybe it would reflect my attacks as well and do damage that way to everyone in the vicinity. But believe it or not, I get the KO on Malice, obviously completely alone. And let's just pretend like my stats are not 2 and 10. I kind of did not like pulling up the stat board this round because it was like a jump scare every time, like, oh, you're so trash. But I have my ult once more, and we still have a chance to turn this around. All right, but their Luna Snow is popping ult. We need to wait for that to go away. Their Moonknight throws down his Ankh. He tries his hardest to be as efficient as I am with mine, but he just can't accomplish that. So I place down my ult, and just like always, I don't get a single KO. But that's kind of, you know, the appeal of it, right? It's just a distraction. It's not supposed to get anything. At least that's what I tell myself, because I missed twice in a row, and I'm making my way back to the point. I don't know if there's a purpose, you know, it's 99, and before I get there, it gets taken back over, and we're now in overtime. So I'm one of the final defenses to stop this from happening, and maybe it's time for me to finally redeem myself for all of the flukes and misinputs I've had throughout the match. Except I die. I know you guys may not have been expecting that outcome. Let me tell you this. Is it possible to win as Moonknight only using your melee attacks? Maybe there's a 1% chance you get paired against a team new to the game, never played in their life, maybe first time ever holding a controller. Maybe they're new to games in general. If that's the type of team you're going against, sure, maybe you have an opportunity, and that's if the rest of your teammates are good enough to carry you. But is it possible in a normal quick match, especially in competitive, to win as Moonknight only using your melee attacks? Hell no.